Good evening. It's some day in January. Welcome to the agenda. Um, it's preview time as well as news time. But look, before we go any further, bath time. How are you, man?
I'm very good, thank you, Mr. B. I really enjoyed Yabba's show earlier today. Hopefully, we can make that a regular thing. I've had a good day, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, but I'm gonna say thank you for doing the show today. I appreciate all the effort and all of the hard work. If there's only one of us that appreciate it, that's fine. But how are you? How are you?
The reason I'm laughing because I need to get my reports up to date and check my sources as well. I need to check my sources and everything else because, I think we like to brainstorm and get our planned shows, whatever. And I just done this on the spur of the moment. Checked. There's a thing called is it iNewspaper or something? I got this source from. And
I newspaper.
I think it's called iNews or something.
Oh,
I've never heard of it before, but.
And that's what you did a show on. That's what.
Well, I've got a go-to guy that I check where he comes with all the main icons. So I just used his stuff and did try to blend it. Yeah, but yeah, it was just something on spur of the moment. I probably want to do a bit more of that because unfortunately, I'm working at. Sometimes I don't start work till 12. So I think let me just do something in the morning for you guys and go from there. But yeah, I'm back. Just been watching the football. We were all talking about it backstage, but yeah, it's amazing what we just witnessed in the Champions League.
Well, look, we'll talk about that as it's fresh in our minds. We'll have a little chat about that, guys. In the chat, obviously, we do know what channel we are, but we also know that we do appreciate football. So if you don't want to hear about a really good game that didn't involve us, then just disappear for a couple of minutes and come back. If not, and you want to join in the chat, you're more than welcome. But look, let me say a couple of howdies before we go any further. Yep, it's the monetizer. How are you, sir? I hope you're doing well. We deserve better. Amarin tracking back in the presser. He is starting to sound deranged. Press have him where they want him. I don't know. I'm not too sure about that, to be fair, but we'll discuss that anyway. Yes, and he's still so telling us to hit that like button. Bilal, guess what you watched? I hope you're doing well, my friend. Mr. Williams. What's that?
We deserve better.
Oh, ready to pull the plug yet? I have no idea.
He doesn't like Amrin, does he?
Oh, right. Okay. Okay, bloody hell, that's quick. We deserve better. Jesus Christ, give him a chance. Flipping heck. Steph, how are you? I hope you're doing well. There we go. Andrew saying it's a refreshing change. He feels that he's doing well. Yes, guys, he's giving us the triple big up. Thank you very much. We've got the like count in. Guys, let's try and improve that a little bit. Double A, we see you trying to hide in the background. And who else have we got on here? I'll leave that one up for a little while. Bath time plug. There you go. Right. So Champions League football is so much different from Europa League football, man. The level is Jesus. The level is so much higher. But that game today was stunning, and it's left City in the shit. So yeah, roll on the rest of the Champions League phase. I know our group obviously is probably not going to be as exciting. I'm looking down, but question: do you think that the format's now you finally see the beauty of the format?
Yeah, for me, I didn't get it at first. I thought, what's this rubbish? Why is chopping and changing something? If it's not broken, don't try to fix it. But it's the positives for me. What I realised now, I didn't understand it before. Obviously, you've got this huge group stage, but you get games like we're getting tomorrow with Rangers versus Man United, England versus Scotland. You know, I've seen Villa against Bayern Munich. So it's not just the format. We have four teams in a group. You could play anybody, and it was really exciting. And today was evidence for that. I'm convinced now that this is the way forward with this new setup. Obviously, the next week's game is going to be so crucial. There's going to be so much going on it. And it's not just a case of looking at the other two games in your group to see who qualified, because sometimes you can play out a draw or fix a result, you can't manage 3 or 4, 5, 6 games going ahead at the same time, knowing it can chop and change last minute. You might score last minute, think, yeah, we're through, and then find out 2 other results have gone against you, knock you out. So City are under it right now. Are they reigning champs, City?
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
Are they?
No, who won it last
No,
year?
Real
Was
Madrid won it
Real
last
Madrid
year.
won it last year.
Again. But yeah, I think the format is good. I get it now. I like it. Whoever decided to do that, they're onto a winner, because it just means you don't just play the teams in your group. You know, there's so many teams you can play, and we're playing group stage games in January. You know, they never used to do that before. So there's more games, more football, more excitement, keeps people on their toes. And I think to get to that level, you need to you have something about you, and we're far from that at the moment. Watching on, it just shows you. It's just like a measuring stick and say, boy, if that's what you want, this is what you need to see. And we talk about the game we just watched earlier, but wow, it's the Champions League is the business.
Bath time.
Yeah, I'm a little bit torn about the new format, because I agree with everything that Yabba has said, and don't forget it's Celtic versus Aston Villa next week as well.
Wow.
So another Battle of Britain one. But I do fear the Super League, because this is the Swiss format in it that came in as a sort of response to the Super League, and it's absolutely fantastic. Like, these big games every week, like, it's really exciting and stuff. And I really wish we were involved, because
we are kind of in our cheap version.
No, we're not.
Well, we've got the cheap version tomorrow, man. Come on.
Yeah, but like, I'm trying to think of a metaphor, but that's like sort of like I don't know, Laurence Olivier is doing a play, and we're next door on a trampoline bouncing up and down.
Good one.
Thank you.
All right. Well, I'm going to ask you this, Bath time. With the squad that we have now, we would be right down the bottom. I would rather, it's all well and good saying you want to be in it, but you want to be in it to try and compete at least. We
need money. And that's what this new Champions League is about. It's about money. And also, shout out to Ollie, who absolutely smacked up Bilbao today.
Yeah, Ollie,
Besiktas.
Who's he managing?
Besiktas.
Oh, really? I didn't even know that. Yeah. What was the score?
Yeah, they beat 4-1.
They murdered them.
Nico Williams, Atletico Bilbao, got absolutely smacked up by Ollie.
Wow.
Champions League.
Well done.
Is that Champions League?
Yeah.
Wednesday, of course. Yeah, Champions League night. Yeah. Fair play.
But yeah, I mean, it's the other thing that's great is that we've got a great game to talk about now. Like, not Rangers United, but PSG versus Man City, and it's like, it's the Champions League is just incredible. The talent in it and so on. It's like such a privilege to be able to watch like these games all the time. I love it.
Yeah. So all three of us did watch PSG against Man City. What the other choice? I saw Arsenal were playing, but I just thought, no, I want to watch this. This is two heavyweights playing. Arsenal haven't got the pedigree, and they've never won a Champions League, and nor was PSG, to be honest. But it was a unique game for me. First half was kind of cagey, but the players on show. When you look at, we're talking about wing backs and getting wide fullbacks in to play. PSG with that Moroccan dude and the Portuguese guy. These guys are athletic. I'm watching Rico Lewis getting moved up like a kid. I'm watching Foden and De Bruyne, who usually strides through midfield and goes past people with his power and strength. Just getting moved up. You're a kid. You're not ready for this, It was like that. And it got to the stage where we can gauge City. They're still the same City. It's still a great side. We can gauge them. They can control games. They can manage things. But they really look like little boys out there who didn't want the ball. Hot potato. They couldn't keep it after a while. The momentum, a huge momentum shift. They went 2-0 up. Huge momentum shift. The crowd, the energy. I would have been scared. I would have been hiding out there. You need to have something about you. this is where there was a stage in the game when it went to 2-2. I'm looking around City pitch, City players. I'm thinking to myself, someone's got to get them back in the game. Someone's got to get control of this back. How do you get momentum back? It was just too much, and they got overrun. The pace, the power, it was like amazing. The energy that these PSG players had, all as one, all united, and the crowd were on fire. It was just unstoppable. And we talk about Pep and his era, which has been going since they've been beating us in the Champions League, going back to Rome, wasn't it, in 2005 or 2006, was it? 2006. Back from then until recent times, Pep has been dominating with his brand of football. But it's got to the point now where teams have this sort of energy, physicality, and they can counter it. And tonight, I witnessed death. That was the final nail in the coffin for me, to say that Pep football has finally been exposed, countered, and people are no longer fearful.
I'm not sure it's been exposed yet, but to be honest, I just
they can still win it.
Yeah, it's been exposed when they're out. When they're out of it, then we can talk about them being exposed. But while they're still in it, it's an extra 2 games, which is good for the Prem. Maybe not for us directly, but it's different levels. Nunes, what do you think of Nunes?
The left back.
Yeah.
Bath time. Did you watch him today?
Yeah. I thought he was all right. I didn't think that there was a lot of challenge for him. Like PSG are set up really nicely. Like you see, like that little hobbit, João Neves or whatever he's called, and Vitinha, who like flopped badly at Wolves. Like you just see how nice it is for them to sort of pop it about, and it's easy and things. I did think that I know they scored 4 goals, but I did think that PSG really lacked a goal threat in the first half. I just sort of Yabba was saying the death of Pep football, and I think City are done for the moment because they've poorly managed their squad, which is something that happens with great teams, is you've got loyalty to the players and things like that. But it should have been, Fergie was an absolute werewolf for selling Ints and Kanchelskis and things like that. He had rabies or something to do that. But you see that kind of mentality to shake it up, and Pep obviously hasn't been able to do that. But when you say the death of Pep football, I thought PSG did play Pep football. It was all very pretty and nice, but in the first half they were getting nowhere. And I do sort of think that it's the death of the striker more than anything. Where are my big lumps that you can get the ball to and stuff? And when I looked at Nuno Mendes, I was thinking, God, just give him a Bierhoff or someone, or a Christian Vieri to get on the end of these deliveries. So yeah, we got a guest.
Tyrone.
Good evening.
Have we got signal?
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tyrone.
He's on
we all watched. Can you hear us?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Tyrone, we all watched PSG versus Man City tonight. What did you watch?
I watched a play called Lovers' Vows, which was quite interesting. Lovers' Vows?
That must be something that Yabba knows. I have no idea what the fuck you're talking
I've
about.
never heard of it.
Come on then, fill us in, Tyrone.
It's quite a classical play. It's similar to Shakespeare. It's quite good. It's a bit like...
Is it Christopher Marlowe?
Sorry, we were trampolining over here.
No, nice. It's a female, right? I can't remember her name. I need to check out the program.
Hold on. So you've gone to see a play and you have no idea who was in it, and you have to check the program.
No, I only went there because my friend was in it. To be honest, to support him.
What theatre was it in?
It was at a fringe theatre. It was at the Broccoli Jack Studio Theatre, so like a pub, but that has a theatre.
Okay.
It's quite nice. Quite a nice space.
Oh, because this chat are good, aren't they?
Wow. Research.
It was by Elizabeth Inchbald.
There
That's
you go.
it. That's it.
Yeah. Of course it's it. Of course it's it. All of a sudden, that's it. Get lost, Tyrone.
I've got a lot on my plate nowadays. Man United are stressing me out.
Well, you missed a great performance by PSG tonight. They really put City to the sword. It was a great game
Wow.
to watch. All three of us watched it tonight, and a lot of people in the comments as well. So yeah, we say bravo to the Champions League, bravo to those sort of top performances.
Yeah, but
hopefully one day we'll be back.
yeah, but
Did
what did you
Kvaratskhelia
think
make his
about?
debut? Sorry.
No, he didn't play, did he?
Oh, is he signed for
Oh
them now?
wow.
Yeah.
Oh wow. I didn't know.
Yeah, but what did you think about them putting John Stones on at a set piece and instantly conceding to a Hobbit?
I must have looked at my phone for a second, and when I saw the replay, I saw what happened. And John Stones on the pitch. I didn't realize on the pitch at that stage. So basically, what you're saying is it was a set piece, and he brought him on for the set piece.
Yeah.
To defend the set piece. I think that could work if you're bringing on a defender. I think it can work. You get organised. He's a tall guy, expecting to win the header, but he was maybe the questions will be asked now because people say, "Oh, he should have got to the ball," but it was such a good ball. He did jump. He did try to reach it. It just went past him, and this guy, you would call him a hobbit. He's stuck in on the back post with a lovely header. I can't
Tidy
play,
player.
but they always say that. Though traditionally, it's just always said you don't make subs when you defend in set pieces or corners.
Yeah, Mr. B, do you believe in that? Like, you know,
I never do that. I always wait.
Yeah.
For it. I always wait for it to go out. I would never ever. I would lose my. I mean, even if we concede, I would rather concede and not have made the sub than not have made the sub and concede. That would kill me. So no, I never ever.
Now, what are your thoughts on that in bath time? Do you think that's a wrong move? Do you agree with that? Is it just a myth, or do you think like bringing someone on set piece to defend?
I think it's probably a truism, isn't it? It's something that you just accept in football that you don't do it. It's like, you know, everyone goes crazy when a corner doesn't beat the first man, and there's a reason why, which is because it gives the defending team the opportunity to attack, and that's why it's a criminal sin. But everyone just thinks it's, you know, that you just don't do that. So when you make a change at a set piece, it's probably got to do with like the zonal system, and who's marking whom. But I think these players should be prepared enough to understand what they're doing, and it's like it's football's such a crazy game. 'Cause it's an inch from Stones' head, and if he's standing in a different place, or he's got an afro or something, no one's talking about it. But I don't know about it, but I mean, man, Pep's having a wild time at the moment.
It's good to watch. It's good to watch. It's good to watch. It's good to see it's good to see another manager suffering. I mean, he's suffering, and they're still not suffering as bad as we are. But look,
have you ever seen such a fall from grace? Because to go
fall from
Blackburn.
grace.
Yeah, but I think it's more even impactful from that because he's a treble winner. He's won the title last season. It's 4 in a row, and to fall off like he's fallen off, it is a fall from grace, in my opinion. Because the team aren't at the races. They're not competing for the title at the moment. They could still come back. Who knows? But they're just off the pace, and they're just not looking like the same team they once were. And questions have to be asked.
I think you're playing with fire.
Yeah,
If on a Manchester United channel to say, have you seen a fall from grace as bad as Pep? Like, I sort of get a bit worried.
It's like we're sort of crumbling down the cliff, trying to.
We're still falling. We're in a black hole.
They've fallen completely from what they were. They've come down to like levels completely, and I'm really surprised. Because you always think, all right, they're just 1-2 performances away from getting back on track, but can it really be just one player, Rodri, or is there more to it?
It's how weak they are. It's like when you lose Rodri and Stones, like them two boys. I checked it once. They win 90% of their headers in the midfield, and they're strong. And tonight, you said that De Bruyne was a bit like a little boy. I thought for the first half, De Bruyne's physicality was unmatched. That he was the only chance of getting out and stuff. And then you see him fading. And I think that when you look at Rico Lewis, when you look at Phil Foden, they don't have the physicality across that team. And look, Newcastle are above them. Nottingham Forest are above them. And you look at the players that they've got, like Hudson Odoi and Morgan Williams, Joel Linton. They've got all these big, powerful men in the midfield. And City just, like, they're a bunch of dancers, really. Like, they're a team of fencers, and you need some wrestlers in there.
Yeah.
And that's why I think they've fallen off, and that's on Pep for not recruiting.
Yeah, most certainly. You made an interesting point earlier about, I never really considered this, about having loyalty to players, But you have to make that transition, don't you? You have to change a team eventually and get rid of players. And I saw it in the comments there, or someone mentioned it earlier about Hughes, Kanchelskis and Ince, it being sold one season. You have to be ruthless like that if you want to sort of continue and go into the next level, because things change, don't they, in football?
Yeah.
You have to develop and hang with the times. Is that right, Tyrone?
100%. Like, how many times has Ferguson not got rid of a player, but just sold a player when he felt like it was time for a change? I think David Beckham's probably the perfect example of that.
Yapstam?
That was a player I think we should never have got rid of. He did make mistakes as well.
Yeah. And Rude as well was one that I think was surprising.
I wouldn't have let Rude go.
I think they fell out.
Yeah. So I
something about
with a lot of.
Did he
really
bench him in the final?
Is that why?
I think it was the FA Cup final against Millwall, wasn't it? I think he came off the bench. I think. Or am I wrong?
I think that sounds right. I thought it was Carabao Cup because I seem to remember it earlier in the season, but that might have been the year that they started playing the FA Cup at a weird time. But yeah. But it's crazy, isn't it? And this is why sometimes I think players like Bruno and think, what would Fergie do with Bruno? Because there's two ways you can go. One is Gareth Bale and one is Coutinho. Like, you can sell your best player and get some cash in, but it doesn't always work out because we always bring up Coutinho. They got Alisson, they got the other one, Virgil van Dijk, and I think Ericsson might have been one of the Coutinho signings, but they bought Soldado. They bought a load of dross, didn't they? Eric Lamela.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Eric. Oh God.
Yeah. What's the name? Yeah,
Eric Lamela. Well, it's Shamea in Argentine.
Yeah. But when with the Ronaldo money, we bought Valencia. I mean.
Yeah, I know him.
We still
Overtime.
Overtime. Yeah.
Yeah.
Overtime.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. Oh God, yeah. We bought
right.
some shit.
All right. So Arsenal, did they win?
I don't know. I don't care.
I think they won 3-0.
3-0. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, you can't cost them this week. You have to leave them.
All
Yeah,
right,
it's all right. You have to leave them. Yeah, I'm sure it'll come up. Look, we've got our game tomorrow. Obviously, we will talk about the Champions League. We'll have to let that one go until we win the Europa this season, and then we can be on Tuesday and Wednesday. But we've got Rangers. Obviously, we're in a much better position than I thought we would have been. I didn't realise until the last group stage that we hadn't lost a game. So we were maybe losing our mind a little bit earlier, expecting us to win. We're in a comfortable position, comfortable-ish position. We beat Rangers tomorrow. We can sit back and play the kids in the last game. I'm not sure the benefit of finishing first or finishing 8th out of those, other than obviously you don't play the group stages. I'm not sure there is going to be a benefit. How is it going to be? Can you see there being any benefit finishing first or finishing 8th?
Pride.
That would be about it, really, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't think there's anything financial, is there?
And I don't think there's anything I'm scared of. We need to avoid. We need to move up so we avoid this team.
I don't want to play Besiktas.
Yeah. Or young boys. So young boys, did it?
No, I'm all right with them. I don't want to play Ollie. It would break my heart.
Why? We played Rude.
Because I love Ollie. Rude I like. Ollie I love.
Fair enough.
So, do you remember the ideal situations? Do you remember when Van Persie came back he might have been playing Fenerbahce or something. I
Yeah.
scored a goal and he got a really nice patronising round of applause. I don't want that. I don't want that for Ollie. Like, I just never want him to manage against us. It's wrong.
Okay. Fair enough. I mean, I don't give a shit. To be honest, I'm not sentimental. As long as we win, I don't care.
Can I ask a question to the panel? Like years ago, I
Yep.
remember when Leeds United, I think they won the league years ago in '92, Howard Wilkinson, and they were playing in the Champions League, and they played Rangers, and that was a massive game. Like, it was televised, and it was like North versus South. Remember, they used to do those every year. They used to do like the Nations Cup or whatever, England versus Scotland. And
No.
I remember all Scottish fans one time beat England at Wembley. They jumped on the crossbar, that collapsed and took over.
1967.
I think it was in the 70s. I think, I'm not sure.
1967.
I was 67. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely 1967.
When they had the horse
The
on the
year Celtic won the European Cup.
Yeah.
Oh,
It was
wow.
Jim Baxter doing keepy uppies on the pitch and things.
Oh wow! So Scotland used to be a force in Europe as well. With Aberdeen winning the Winners' Cup as well, and then a few years ago, Martin O'Neill took them to the UEFA Cup and lost to Marino's Porto, didn't they? But I just don't see any kind of excitement in this game. Battle of Britain. I just think
Really?
no, unless it was at Ibrox, I wouldn't really worry.
Why?
Look at the condition we're in. Well, the condition
What
we're in right now.
happened?
I just think Scottish football's fallen off big time. You could talk. We can go into it in detail.
And
But
United haven't, no?
but not enough to be fearful of Scottish football right now. Rangers are the second best team by a distance. I know they beat Celtic the other day, but they play each other about 10 times a season, don't they? But it's got to get lucky very occasionally. But they're not at the races. They've got a lot of foreign players coming in. There's no good Scottish players coming through. And if they are, they're growing up in England or elsewhere and playing their football, like McTominay and the Chelsea lads at Napoli now. I just don't see any talent up there. They're isolated. They're not getting good TV rights. They're not being able to, they're having to get players from obscure countries like Uzbekistan or Haji's
Like Manchester
son, whatever.
City.
Yeah. Who's Man City player?
They've just
the
signed
defender
someone from Uzbekistan.
for 36 mil.
Okay. Well, Rangers were in the deal at some point before they went to the previous club. But yeah, I think Scottish football's falling off for me big time. And I
What
just
about
don't
2008?
what happened in 2008?
When they absolutely destroyed Manchester.
Oh, well, yeah, you can talk about it. You remember that. Let's talk about the fans, isn't it? Right.
Yeah, and also don't forget they were in the UEFA Cup final 2 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
Like they lost on penalties
Wasn't
to
UEFA
Frankfurt.
Cup, was it? Would it be in the? It wasn't
It was
Europa.
UEFA Cup. It was the Europa.
Oh, Europa.
They knocked out Dortmund
Okay.
with Haaland. Although I don't think he played, but they've done all right. But before, can we do some comments? Because I'm getting like
Yeah,
angsty
go on.
about the
Yeah.
comments.
You're going to do more, I'm going to do. Hold on.
You're gonna do them. I've starred them for you.
Oh, lovely. Okay, so we've got 11 likes. Thanking you. We deserve better. Is saying howdy to Tyrone. Always polite. He's saying how good are Rangers. Well, you've just heard you've just heard Yabba's prediction. He thinks they're pretty shit. Rich. Big up the panel. Does Mr. B have any know of the current shirt squads behind him? I can see some legends. Yeah, I've got Bruno. I'm not going to say he's a legend, but he is club captain at the moment. Once that changes, then I'll change who's up there. Eddie is saying big up TMUA and everyone. Time for some parity to be resolved at home. Glory, glory, Man United. Regards to all. Matty is saying big up. I think you had training tonight, didn't you, Matty? Andrew, if we lose to Rangers, it will be the worst loss in the last 30 years for us. What? Worst? Come on, are you serious? Man, unless they smash us, the Liverpool 7-0 is still fresh in a lot of people's minds. Young boys lost to Celtic tonight in the Champions League. Okay. Imagine Cantona played on and came back against us. Yeah, but that's not a manager. I wouldn't want Canada. No, that probably would have killed us. To be fair, innit? Can you imagine?
Yeah, there you go.
Shit. Yeah. Okay. That's why it was class. That's why it was class. Andrew's saying it was the late 80s. I have no like late 70s.
70s.
I
That's for the
horse
Scotland game, were
the
they?
Scotland game.
Yeah, I've misremembered it because it's in colour.
Misremembered. Lucky we're there
Yeah.
half time. We deserve better. Rangers are only a point behind us and one place below us. There you go, Yabba. There's still that shit, right? Nothing to worry about.
Yeah. We'll show them tomorrow anyway. We will show
Okay,
them.
we'll see. Respect the Scots. They will be at least be confident from their good form, but yeah, overall need to improve. Their form's been shit in the league, Eddie. What form are you talking about, bruv? They've been crap in the league.
They beat
Europa,
Celtic recently.
Europa's been all right. Was that a cup game?
I don't know.
League game.
Is it league?
Okay. Okay. We deserve better. Full of positivity. I don't think we'll beat Rangers tomorrow. We have 2 wins in 10, 1 clean sheet in 14. I mean, when you put it like that, then maybe we won't. 3-0 back-to-back with Bournemouth is up there with the Liverpool loss. Okay. What's this?
So you want to know about
oh dear.
Right,
Yes.
2008.
Yeah.
Remind me, run that back again because I do remember.
Right. Rangers played some Soviet team like Lenin St. Petersgrad or someone like that in the final of it was Zenit St. Petersgrad in the final at the Etihad, and I think the reported figure was 250,000 fans went to Manchester. They put like big screens up, one in Albert Square or like near the cathedral or whatever, and it all went, and the screen, bit like Amran, got smashed. It didn't work. And there was a literal riot. Like, the whole city got smashed up. Printworks got closed down. People were, like, ram-raiding boots and stuff, coming out of meal deals. Like, it was carnage. Absolute carnage. Like, you can see footage of, like, Rangers fans running at the police, getting tasered and things, like, in Piccadilly Gardens. It was absolute madness. And the people of Manchester will not have forgotten that. Like, and it wouldn't surprise me if things are pretty tasty around the city tomorrow night. It was biblical carnage that Rangers fans visited upon us.
So who footed the bill for that then? It must have been extensive
taxpayer.
Oh gosh! Wow.
What do you think? Like the Rangers fans do a whip round or something like?
I would have thought that I thought there'd be something in place to say, look, because the amount of money spent on policing and doing all these games, surely, like Rangers are coming, they're coming down for a big game. The policing should have been there, so that would have cut the costs of all the damage. If they would have had the policing in place, well, maybe they did. I don't know about this, but if they would have had policing in place at the time, you would have, avoided all this sort of chaos.
I think it was the amount of people, but they didn't expect 250,000 fans to come down. Like, I mean, it's 250,000 people just turned up on the day.
Is there still like a bad feeling from Scots coming down to England? Do they have any resentment or any kind of anger towards the English at all? Braveheart sort of style. Is that still present? Do you know any Scots?
I wouldn't have thought. I mean, this rivalry. I mean, it's like. Would you say that like that England has like anger towards Germany?
I think that's used to. There used to be an issue, didn't it?
Yeah, World War, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah, but now
Don't mention the war.
Yeah, but would you say that is still there? That kind of hatred. Like I think.
No,
like
rivalry. I think you're right. Rivalry. Yeah, I think you're right there.
Because the Dutch and the Germans still properly hate each other, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't. I think it's a rivalry, and also like Scotland used to be quite good at sports, and I don't think they're good at anything anymore except maybe that
Taking
curling
drugs.
thing. Well,
Allegedly,
yeah, I mean,
sorry.
And
allegedly. But I think it's going to be a tasty game, and well, maybe not a tasty game, but I think there's going to be tasty things happening around the stadium and in the city centre and things like. It'll be interesting. But I mean, Rangers have got some decent. They've got 2 or 3 decent players that can hurt us. Like their right back is a real issue.
Oh yeah. Why has he never been signed to come back down to England?
Who's their right back?
Tavernier? Is it Tavernier?
Oh.
Tavernier. Tavernier.
Tavernier,
What do you think of him, Tyrone? Oh, is it? Okay.
I agree.
Yeah, totally. Tyrone, you're on mute if you can hear us, mate. Maybe he's gone to sleep.
Yeah.
All right, look, just jump back in when you're ready, Tyrone. Obviously,
Hello?
yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can
Yeah.
hear you.
And now.
We can hear you. What do you
No,
think of
I
the?
couldn't. No, I was just saying he's not my cup of tea. He's not the kind of player that I'd go for.
So you don't think he's going to be a threat tomorrow, then?
Nah.
Oh, okay. As
Wow.
dismissive as Yabba. Go on then, Yabba. Talk to me about your.
I mean, he's
your
like the Scottish Trent Arnold. He's a right back, marauding forward, gets a lot of goals. He scores a lot of penalties. He's the top scoring. He's in the top. I think he's in the top 20 for all-time goal scorers for Rangers as a right back for all players. He's been there a long time and he won't leave. He loves it up there. He's part and parcel of everything they do. Set pieces, corners, penalties, everything. He gets forward. You watch him play, you think this guy, why has he never been signed by a bigger club or come back down to England or whatever? So I'm really surprised by that. And he's still there, still doing the business. So I do think he'll be a threat. If we're talking about analysing Rangers as a football club, you'd have to mention his name. He's someone who we'd have to take care of, off the ball running, getting outside our defence or exploiting our weaknesses or space out wide or whatever. He's able to do it. He's got good delivery. He's got good engine as well. And as Matty says there, unfortunately, he's a scummy Leeds fan. I didn't know that. But yeah,
His brothers at Bournemouth, I think, they've got like a left back called Tavernier who looks identical to him. One's left, one's right. But Yabba's correct. He's the sort of Rangers equivalent of Cafu or something. Like I remember watching Rangers like 2 or 3 years ago on that UEFA Cup run, and his set piece deliveries are really, really good. Like you can't be giving free kicks away with how weak we are in the air with a guy who's actually got quality, like on the ball, and he gets ahead. I wouldn't say that he would be a standout Premier League player, but he's got a pretty proven track record of being a problem in the Europa League. So I'd be careful of him. They've got another one called like Hadjman or something.
The forward.
Yeah, he's apparently
4 and
I haven't
4,
seen him
4 and
play.
4 in the Europa. It only costs $2.5 million.
Wow.
He's very highly rated, that guy. Like a lot of people are saying that he's a good, that he could play in the Premier League or something.
He's the player on the thumbnail, Yabba.
Okay. I watched him the other day against Celtic, and they got quite a few brothers playing for them. And I remember a couple of years ago they had a Colombian striker. I forget his name, but he was pretty good. He's left them now, and they got a couple of Oriental players. I know Celtic got a couple, but Rangers got a couple of Oriental players as well who work hard, work rate, technique, really good. Good find. So this is what I'm saying. They have to expand their market because they have a lack of finances. They're reaching out. They're going all over the globe to find quality players to come play for them, and that's what they're scraping. They're scraping the barrel in a way. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see how they match up against us tomorrow. But I'm not too impressed. Obviously, we're talking about the guy. When you're, how do you feel about this? It's like a bit like the PSG factor. When you're playing in that league week in, week out, and then suddenly you've got to play in the Champions League and up your level, it's a bit hard. Same applies to Celtic and Rangers. You're playing Falkirk one week, and the next week you come into Old Trafford to play Man United. How do you raise the levels? Do you see what I'm saying? You're not consistently playing in
I
the
think
top
it's on the
league.
fans. Like you get players like Henrik Larsson who were quite clearly, like elite level players, like or not if not world class players, and they used to play in front of like what's Parkhead? Is it 60,000?
Yeah.
Like Ibrox is 54 or something like that. Like every other week, you got a home game with absolutely crazy support and things like that, and that's what lifts them up. And like I've seen video of like where Rangers got relegated to League 3 or something, and they basically just bought out the away stadiums and took like 12,000 people. Not too dissimilar to what we did in our relegation season. And I would think that there's a lot of people going to Manchester tomorrow. It's probably their biggest game for a couple of years. Like I wouldn't write them off because we're a soft team, and that like they're used to playing, like as you say, like they play Celtic 4, 5, 6 times a season. Like they're used to playing really big away games where it matters.
That's true.
And I think that this is. I'm hoping that this is going to be a standard 2-0 win for us, but I do think that we might be underrating like Rangers Football Club because it's they are a pretty big club.
Because it's Scottish. Yeah, but
Well, I don't know how many Scottish players actually playing in the squad. We're talking about Tavernier. He's English. They got Butland in goal, and like I said, there's a lot of African players there, a couple of Oriental players as well. So I don't know about the quota, but there's not
I'm
many.
not sure you're allowed to say Oriental anymore.
What should I say?
East Asian.
East Asian. Okay, a lot of East Asian.
that would not have come into my equation. East Asian.
Yeah, I just don't think you're allowed to. I don't think Oriental just seems a bit antiquated to me.
I don't know
which
what
probably
country
means it's
they're
old.
from. All I can say, they look Oriental.
Fuck me.
No, but I don't.
I'll just mute your mic for a minute. Jesus
I think that
Christ.
demonstrates why you probably shouldn't use that expression.
Right, they're East Asian. Because Tyrone, stop! Don't bully me. Like in America, they say when someone's Asian, they mean East Asian, don't they?
Yeah.
And over here, when we say Asian, depending where you are, I live near Southall. Asian means like subcontinent, like Pakistan, Indian.
No, yeah, but I wasn't bullying you.
I'm joking.
No, I've made that mistake with a Chinese girl before. She went off on me, so
East Asian.
don't worry.
You sure she
No,
wasn't
Did they call her Oriental?
No. I did, yeah.
Yeah. She didn't kick your ass, did she?
No, but I don't think she liked it when I pointed out that I didn't think it was offensive, so it ended there.
Brilliant.
I wasn't saying that. I didn't say that.
Oh Lord have mercy.
But anyway, we'll find out tomorrow. You'll see East Asian players playing for Rangers who are pretty good. And obviously, the stereotypical thing is they're technically really good and they've got a lot of energy. Do you remember the guy playing for Celtic, a striker, who was just like on it?
Yeah, do you remember that girl? What was her name? The one that accused us of being racist. She always went on about how one of the Celtic players was like the Asian Rooney or something like that. That's the guy you're talking about.
Yeah, that's the guy. Yeah, that's the guy.
Zoe's Media House. That was her name.
All right.
What happened to Zoe? Oh yeah.
We
Yeah.
What's he written on it?
Shovel down. I'm burying myself.
Thank you very much. Jesus Christ. Right, look. I don't even know where to go. So Java sometimes just look. Anyway, look. We are what we are. We'll always be what we'll be. Guys, look, obviously we're not rating Rangers at all. We're very Yabba is being very dismissive of them. Tyrone is and obviously Bath Time thinks that we're gonna smash them as well. Look, the teams that we've got up, I don't know if we could. Tyrone, can you actually see the screen, Tyrone? Do I have to talk you through what our teams are?
Yeah.
Was
that a yes? You can. All right, cool. So
yeah.
Obviously we've gone with Bayinda in goal. We know he's he's the cup goalie. We've all gone for Martinez, and Maguire.
Yeah, that's cool.
I've gone for Dillit, and Yabba and Bath Time. I've gone for Euro.
I just want to say, Euro needs a game after what happened to him.
Yeah, I
the
think
other day.
Yeah.
Now thinking about it, yeah, maybe I should have put Euro in. I mean, but then who plays on the right hand side who plays on the left hand side for Rangers? Is it going to be
At least
somebody?
Asian guy.
It's a bold bloke.
Sorry, what was that? What was that about time?
A bold guy.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
He's all right. He's like,
We've got a bald East
He's
Asian
bald-ist.
playing on the left,
Yeah.
on the right. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Maybe he could have played. To be fair, maybe I could have had Euro in there.
I think Delict needs a game out, and I think that Euro and Martinez need games. Like Martinez is near, he's got to get back into fitness and so on. Maguire, I actually would have rested Maguire until I saw him. Apparently, he did the press conference today, so you have to put him in, or you look a bit stupid. But I would rest Maguire for this game. I'd play Delict, but Euro needs a game. Martinez needs a game.
Why was Martinez not playing in the previous game? What?
Coming back from injury.
Oh, right, okay.
Oh, is that what it was? Thought you got dropped. Okay, fair enough. We've gone Dalot and Mazraoui on right and left. I do think this is a part of the team that really does need to change for us moving forward.
I haven't. I went Malacia.
Oh, fuck.
So Dalot wouldn't start for you then, Dalot
Yeah.
Okay. I forgot about Malice, yeah.
I thought he was getting sold. Okay.
No, actually, it was Mazraoui wouldn't start for me.
You
put Dalot on the right?
Hold on.
Yeah, I think Mazraoui's. I think he's a bit tired. His performance levels have dropped a lot in recent games. I know that sometimes it's beneficial to play a player after they've made a mistake. Like you know, he's the obvious guy to point out in Brighton's first goal, like letting the runner in behind. But I just think that I think he's struggling a little bit with fitness and so on, and I just take him out for this. And also, I wouldn't mind to see Dalot playing on his natural side as a right wing back, and I kind of think that we've got to spread minutes out a bit in this game, like as well as drop a few people for the performance against Brighton.
I mean, there's quite a few players that he could drop. That would be the only problem, though, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I've dropped the central midfield pairing, and
I did notice that you went hard in there. I mean, I would obviously. You've gone Collier and Bruno. I've gone Collier and Agate, and Yabba, you've gone Ericsson and Agate. Straight away, I don't think your one's going to work. I just don't think Ericsson's got the legs. Further forward, maybe where Bath Time's playing him might work, but I'm not sure. I think we need more legs. I put Collier in. I think Collier needs a start. I think he's not saying he's changed the game, but he's been impressive when he's coming on. And I feel that maybe he has to get a start to prove he's worthy of a start at some stage. And I think this is probably the game, because he's not going to do it in the league against whoever we've got on Saturday. Fulham on Saturday. I can't see him doing it against Fulham on Sunday. So I would be starting him. And obviously Agate, we need a rat in there. So I would be playing with Agate, to be fair.
I just want to big up Tyra. I just want to take that back. I think Ericsson, he's not leaving until the summer. That's clear. And I think he's still quite a valuable player for us.
In that position?
Yeah, I believe so. I know, look, it's been said that we need players in there robust and getting around. But he can look at his positives, look at the quality that he has. He can control the game. And especially, all right, I know it's Europe and you expect the tempo to be slightly different, but it probably won't, because we're playing Rangers, they're going to be on it. But I think he's got the quality to really shine in a game like Rangers tomorrow. Really sort of, they're running and hustling us and all that. I think he's got the quality to deal with that and get us playing a nice brand of football. That's why I put him in. And plus as well, I think he needs game time. He's a guy, remember the first 4 games of the season, Tyrone? Ericsson was in the team and he was scoring goals and we couldn't see how he'd get dropped at that point. Suddenly, just this is what I'm saying about, it seems to say every week, there's fickle fans. You have 1 or 2 bad performances from Man United and you can never play for them again.
And Mr. B, actually, I think that in Yabba's system, because I picked Ericsson because I want him to drop in, and I want to play a 3-5-2 out of possession. I think that you're right to wonder about Ericsson's legs, but I think it's probably more important to have legs in the number 10 position so you can do a press rather than have the legs in the centre of the pitch where you're kind of you can get away with it by having a good press in front of you where he just needs to follow his man and so on. I'm hoping for a game that isn't a sort of game of transition. We can control a bit of possession, and I've got no issues with Ericsson playing in those kind of games, which is why I've put Bruno in midfield so that he's not losing the ball constantly, and Ericsson in front of him as the guy to receive, and then he can come and make that 3 out of possession.
Have we written him off though? Is it official? You guys on the channel writing him off, saying he shouldn't be playing?
Who's this, Ericsson?
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't say he shouldn't be playing. I just wouldn't play him in that position. I would play him in the position that Bath Time's got him in.
Same here, I agree with. Yeah,
in the 10.
I think we kind of have to write Ericsson off, not as a footballer, but it's very clear that he's not in the plans going forwards. And as I say, I think there needs to be a reaction. I think really only Ahmad deserves to keep his place from the weekend. And I think that give second chances to people who haven't let you down in the past and so on. But there's got to be a change, and Ericsson is probably the best footballer to come in. I can't see Casemiro coming in. Maybe Malacia. But the thing is, it's Anthony, Garnacho, Rashford. Hopefully moves are being lined up for them.
They all trained, even down to Anthony. They all trained today.
Well, I hope that they all get brought on with 2 minutes to go to say goodbye to the fans, and then they fuck off.
I mean, look, we know if that's the sum that's going to be made at the end, then we definitely know what the situation is going to be. With top 3, I've gone Ahmad, Bruno, and Xerxes. Bath Time obviously went Ericsson, Ahmad, and Hoyland. And Yabba, you went Bruno, Ahmad, and Hoyland.
Ahmad has to play. He's playing against his old club. Obviously, he was alone there, wasn't he? And they didn't respect him. It was Giovanni Van Bronckhorst in charge. They got the year they got to the final, actually, as you say, in Bath Time in one of the smaller European competitions. Was it Europa League, I think? And he wasn't really respected. He wasn't given that sort of game time. They didn't rate him that highly, and he must feel a bit bitter towards that because he could have had a lot more glory in a good, successful season that Rangers had back then. So I would love. It's always great when you play against your former team, especially when you got something to prove. And I think Ahmad, with the way he's been playing this season for Man United, he's been a hot boy. He's been on fire. I think it's a perfect opportunity for psychological reasons as well to say, let me at him like Scrappy do. Let me at him. And that's what you want to do. Just to show those Rangers fans that, this is me. This is the real me. I'm going to show you now what I could really do if I was played.
Bath Time, do you agree, disagree with that sentiment?
Yeah, I think that Ahmad, he doesn't strike me as someone with my mindset of never forgiving and never letting go. He seems like quite a well-balanced, happy young man. But I think that, like, to be honest, I don't think he will play. I don't think he will start. He seems to miss out in the Europa games quite a lot. But I think he worked really, really well with Eriksen recently for his hat trick. Like Eriksen popping those balls over the top. And I think that I want Xerxes as my Premier League striker. And that's why I've kind of picked Rasmus Højlund. Like, you got to give him minutes as well. And you got to give him an opportunity to show, that he can play professional football. But yeah, I mean, it's like I don't know how important this game is, to be honest. I feel that we've cemented ourselves to get through in the Europa League to the knockouts.
But it's qualifying for the 8 though. Half time. We don't want the extra 2 games. And I would.
Yes, but I also want to see a really good team on Sunday against Fulham.
We don't have a really good team half time.
Yeah, I know, but I want to see our best players. So that's why I'm trying to rest as many as possible. But I think we have to concentrate on the Premier League above all. We've got to get that league position up. Like that's our bread and butter. So for this game, I would stick out like the dirt trackers and the bomb squad or whatever.
You would risk not having that extra few days training. Look, at the end of the day, we don't train enough as it is. You would risk those extra days training to go to what do you call them, to play the dirt trackers in this game, knowing that we could possibly lose and then have to break our neck. We can't
take this competition seriously. We can't. We've got to take the Premier League. Premier League's got to come above it.
I understand that, but at this stage of the tournament, you want to get through so that for the Premier League, you don't have the extra 2 games to play.
Well, I'm going to put the dirt trackers out for those 2 games as well, because what we have to do is we have to perform in the league. Like, we have to. And like, I know
the highest we're going to get in the league is 10th. 10th and 15 is for me to be. It makes no difference to me.
Makes a huge difference to me.
No, well, that's what I was saying to you. But I would rather we win, finish 15th and qualify for Champions League for Europa. I'm taking all day. I
just think that's a bit of a quick fix.
Yeah, fine. What it will do is give us the injection of cash that the club needs.
Yeah, but we also need to be able to play football like in the Premier League and win matches and not get through the back door, because we've relied too much on quick fixes and easy.
I'm taking the back door, just like we deserve better, mate. I'm sorry.
Oh my God. I think that we've got to concentrate on our league form, got to improve our league positions. That is priority number 1. The cups are always fun.
Look, you say you've got to concentrate on the league, and I hear that. But to concentrate to get an extra £1 million by coming one place ahead, but in 10th or something like that. Points make prizes, yeah. You can get high up the league, but you're not going to achieve anything. You're not going to qualify for anything. The realistic aim, when we assess it mid-season, is right. We're still in the Europa League. That's the opportunity to get money, that Champions League money. That should be a priority. I'm with Mr. B on that. That should be a focus to say, right, once we get through this knockout rounds, if we get there, we're going to take that seriously every Thursday night and actually go and have a run at this, And even the FA Cup as well. Imagine you get to it's like you get to the quarterfinals or semi-finals of a cup competition. You can't just say, "Oh, we're just going to rotate and focus on the league," especially when there's nothing to play for. This is why teams like I remember when Wimbledon beat Liverpool in '88 in the FA Cup final. Liverpool that year, they were fighting for the title, and they were really scrapping it out to win the title. And by the time it got to the FA Cup, they thought, all right, they had nothing really, they'd done their work, they were exhausted. But Wimbledon, however, you always get this when it comes up leading up to the FA Cup final. Once you're in that final, teams lose their form because they're gearing up for that one game. And I think we, as players, you need to be inspired or motivated for something. You've got to be inspired and say, right, let's take this Europa League and get something, salvage something out of this season. And that's where I see us getting something. But I agree with you. You're right, though. You have to really perform in the league. But if I'm, as a team, to have some sort of success this year, I can only see it in the Europa League and the FA Cup.
Yeah, well, that would be great, Yabba. That'd be absolutely great to win a cup. But we've won cups recently. We've won this competition with Jose. It hasn't got us anywhere, like really, has it? It's never acted as a springboard or anything like that.
Yeah, but have we ever been really broke and really been in desperation of money?
I think we have. Like, I think that we've been, like, with that revolving credit facility and so on. Like, I think we've been in problems for 3 or 4 years, to be honest, with money, and we've, like, ironically tried to spend our way out of it like a communist government. And I sort of, like, I understand what everyone was saying, and obviously, like, the deeper you go in these cup competitions, the more important they become. But for us now, the priority has got to be performing in the Premier League, winning games, and building confidence there. Like, going on a cup run, like, if we don't win it, it's nothing really more than a distraction.
But you have to be in it to win it, though. That's the point. I don't want to sacrifice.
No, that is not the point.
Yeah, I don't want to have to sacrifice the extra game. We've got more chance of winning that than breaking into the top 10 this season.
Look, you say, like, getting the extra games or something. If we don't win those games, like, that's it. If we lose the playoff, like, that's it. That you know, no more games for the rest of the season. Gives us more training and so on. So would you like that if it's about games?
No,
surely
I want us to win the Europa.
All the cups.
No, I want us to win the Europa. That's our only chance of silverware.
And to add to that as well, if you're on the board and you see that we're losing money by not being in the Champions League, so you always say at the start of the season, get top 4, we get the Champions League, even top 5 this year. At now, they're assessing it and saying, right, how can we get Champions League? Let's focus on the Europa League. That's a way to get that money back. It's a business. They're not going to turn that down or say it's not important. I think they're going to see that as a real realistic way to get back into the big boy competition.
Yeah, and it'd be brilliant for Amran. It'd be absolutely brilliant to give him a trophy and get him on his way.
But they don't.
But it's the Premier League. Like, we're in 13th. Like, we've got to sort that out above all. Like, if we finished, Mr. B, if we finished 15th and won the Europa League, would you deem that as a successful season?
I'm happy. It wouldn't be. I'm not going to say it's a successful season, but I'm happy because we're in Champions League. At the beginning of the season, we wanted to qualify for the Champions League. Yeah. You know, yes, we wanted to do it by the league. Yes, granted, I wouldn't have expected to have done it by Europa, but if this is the only chance we've got to get there, then I'm taking it. Now,
you're not scared of what would happen?
No, because Amarin will then know the shit that he knows he needs to go, regardless. And guess what? We'll then be able to afford the players and offer them Champions League football. You know, offer them, and the level of play that we can get. We're not going to be looking at the bloody. I don't even know who we're looking at now, but they're not A-class players. You know, we're getting players that nobody's really in conversation with us, arguing with. You know, we're not going to go in for, you know, maybe, you know, Sesko next season. You know, we could offer him Champions League football. He might want to come to us over Arsenal or over Liverpool or Osman. Champions League football. Kirkes, there you go. We could offer him Champions League football. You know what I mean? So, you know, I understand you want to finish well in the league, but I get it. I understand, but I don't see finishing 10th in the league is going to be more beneficial for us. Finishing 15th and qualifying for Euro Champions League.
I think, maybe I haven't made the sort of basis of my argument properly, which is that, like, the cup would be fantastic. Any cup would be fantastic. Day out at Wembley, celebrate with your family, get a bit of feel good factor behind Amrin. But I think that for a very, very long time we have looked at quick fixes and so on. And I think getting into the Champions League through the Europa Cup is a quick fix. And what we've got to do is we've got to earn it through the league, and we've got to build ourselves as a team to compete in the league and do it the hard way, and stop sort of looking for shortcuts. And Amarin's talked a lot about how we have to suffer before we can get better. And I think that we've got to kind of treat the cup as a fun day out, as it were, and focus our training and our selection on the league, because I can't take 13th in the Premier League.
I've accepted that's where we're going to finish, Bath. Honestly, I've just accepted that we're not going to get any higher than that, and I'm cool with it.
Can I just jump in with this? Like, look, if we get Europe, if we beat whoever, say Spurs, top celebrity, if we beat Spurs in the final or something like that, it's a great day out, and when we get into Europe, we get the Champions League money, we get access to players, different quality of players. I don't want to suffer that much where we're mid-table, didn't win any competition, not even in Europe, and we're playing once a week, and looking forward to the League Cup in September, for the first round with other teams, and not even get a bye. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm not looking forward to that. It's not going to help us in any way. You're going to get players not developing because they're not playing UEFA youth football. They're going to be playing stupid reserve league games at Bury, and all those kind of things.
Yeah.
It's not. I don't think that's good enough. We need to show people we're back on the map by doing something. Even I heard you say backdoor, scapegoat kind of talk to say how we get back into it. I think you have to take opportunity. Seize the day. Take that opportunity. If you see it there, as we stand right now, at the start of the season, I would agree with you, Bath time. But right now, as we are, and look at this position we're in, I'm saying, boy, I would bite your leg off to get a bit of that Champions League football next season. And the only way we do that is by winning the Europa League. And this is why tomorrow's game, even though we're not, it's still, we can take it easy a little bit, I reckon. If we get into the knockout rounds and we're having this conversation, I reckon we'll still be on it. We'll be saying, yeah, we need to go for this now. But it's good discussion.
I'll give you another metaphor, Yabba. When you go to like Alton Towers, there's a sign that says you have to be this high to ride this tall to ride the car. Right?
If you dare, I'm waiting for this.
Let me hear it.
All right. So to get into the Champions League, 99% of the teams have to finish in a certain position in the league, because that's like how you gatekeep. So if you have an opportunity to get on that ride and you're not tall enough to get on the ride, you might get thrown out of that car, and it might be very, very embarrassing. It doesn't matter how nice the platform shoes you've got are. You're skidding down rubber-benny rapids.
All right.
That's a good one.
I like that one. That was a very, very, very good one.
Well, you thought it was going to be about you being small, didn't you?
Yeah, I was waiting. Listen, I had my hand on the remove you from the screen button. Look, all right, look, guys. Some score predictions in for tomorrow. I'm gonna go first. I'll go 2-1 United.
Conceding
tomorrow. Yeah, of course we're gonna concede. Come on, man, we concede every game we play. So I'm not gonna pretend. Yeah, I go 2-1.
I actually think the same.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go 4-0 Man United. I think we're gonna run it.
Oh, why do you know what I preferred when you went 1-0, a close 1-0, because these four.
It's due. It's well overdue. Come on. Look, we've had.
Yeah, but you are tempting the gods to.
The managers thrown a tantrum. Players could be sold. We talk about Garnacho and all these guys. Everyone's under it. We need to have a good result and turn this around. 4-0 for me would be a great result to whoop them like that. And I know we're talking about Rangers and sort of trying to see what they've got. I'm telling you now, Scottish football is in the mud.
Yeah, but please, you've said that Pep is finished. You've said Scottish football is done. You are really, really tempting the footballing gods to turn us into pillars of salt.
Okay. Well, that's my lot.
Very good.
Oh, very good.
No, that's good.
All right. I'll
What
go
you
4-0.
got? Okay.
And
4.
Pirates go 4-1, by the way. So I'm not.
Yeah, I've got. What have you got in bath time?
2-1.
Oh yeah, of course you said 2-1, right? I've got a couple of scores up here. We have got. Where they go? They just started. We've got Stephanie is saying United to edge it, 3-2 squeaky bum time again. Johnny Hill has gone 3-0 Ahmad hat trick. No chance, not again. Andrew's gone 3-0 United. 3-3. We deserve better. 5-2. United 5-2. Where'd you get that score from, Retro? So random. Yeah, 5-2 Retro's gone. 4-1 Tyrone's gone. Simon Warner has gone 3-0 if Bayinda plays, 3-2 if Onana plays. It's 1-0 to United from Stephanie.
When did we last beat a team at home, like in the Europa Leagues? Didn't we drew with Rosenborg?
Well, we haven't lost and we've won 3. So we've drawn 3 and won 3. So we must have won one of them at home.
Yeah, I mean, we won our first away game for like a year or something, like 2 years. Yeah, PAOK.
Wow.
Annie, are you okay?
Wow. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Smooth criminal. Yeah. Hopefully that won't be the ref.
Something has gone 3-1 United. Look, I think we just need to win tomorrow, regardless of anything else, and forget about the Sunday game. Fulham's going to be hard enough as it is. I didn't even realize it was a 6 p.m. kickoff, which is insane for a Sunday. But look, it is what it is. We'll have to deal with it. Just a couple of things before we do actually leave. Southampton have announced that Tyler Dibling can leave this window for 55 mil.
55. Wow.
Yeah, I don't. Obviously, somebody's inquired. I would take him, but not for 55 million.
So where would you play him?
I'll play him in Ahmad's position on the right. On the right wing position, because he wants attackers, doesn't he? Yeah, right wing back. Yeah, I'll play him right wing back. Yeah. We've got and also this one's for you, bath time. They Obi Martin's been promoted to the first team training, isn't he?
Yes.
Okay.
That's good.
I think they're moving him. I think they're going to move him really, really quickly.
I don't know. I think that's a message actually for the strikers in the first team squad.
You think?
Yeah, I think that's kicking. That's putting a boot up Xerxes and Rasmus's ass.
Well, I'll tell you what. The fact that they brought him in, if he does what he maybe feels he can do, then they're going to have to play him.
Look, if we beat Rangers, I would expect that he gets minutes in the next dead rubber Europa League game. We've bought him. He's meant to be a talented boy. I'd imagine that it's really, really early for him to sort of get into men's football, but he's got to get some experience of it. But I would think that after Amrin smashed up the dressing room and stuff, he'd have gone and got a bunch of young boys in and, made Rasmus and Xerxes and all that lot wear bibs and so on. And this is, this is the first team. And, let them know that there's some young guns behind them. Get that Coney in.
Yeah. Good shout. Okay.
There must be a couple of them knocking on the door. But we'll see. We'll see what happens, innit?
So we're doing a watch along tomorrow?
Yeah, I'll do a watch along tomorrow.
Okay. What time's kickoff, by the way?
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. Okay, I'm working till 8, so maybe I might miss it.
Yeah, I'm missing the match reaction tomorrow.
Okay.
But that reminds me, actually, should we do that thing about people sending the videos in?
Yeah, we should have. Maybe we should have done that at the beginning, not at the bloody end, innit? Shit. Look, guys, if you are still on, score predictions. We have no problem. Not score predictions, the videos. Yeah, I'll let you explain, bath time.
All right. we're thinking of changing up match reactions and making them a lot shorter, and then doing a more in-depth show the next day when everyone's calmed down and had a good sleep and brushed their teeth and so on. But we've set up an email address where you can send videos in of what you thought, like kind of like fan cams for lazy people. So if any of you like sort of want to be on stream for a minute or 2 minutes or whatever and send a video in of what you thought about the game and so on, and you know that it's in English, you're not swearing, there's nothing crazy about it, then we'd be very happy to stick them up on stream. I've got a feeling that maybe we'll get some from Tyrone and Vincent, Stuart Marshall, and no one else. But it also means that, like, me and Yabba don't have to do match reactions. We can just send 2 minutes in and then go to bed.
Guys, don't take no notice of it. We're still going to do reaction. We'll just add your comments to the whole ambience of the show, so that you feel like you're locked in and you're interested. We know you're going to send one, Tyrone. We know already. we know already, man. We know already. So
you have to do a match reaction to a play.
From the stools.
From the stalls of broccoli. Leave him alone. Leave him alone.
Oh,
anyway, look, guys. It's late.
Yeah,
it's weird, but it's weird.
What is the email address though?
Oh shit! Sorry, the email. Sorry, man, I'm an idiot. The email address is the Man United. It's nice and easy. The Man United agenda @gmail.com. Nice and easy. I'll wait for you to get that up.
Is that right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah,
that is the one.
Yeah,
that is the one. Yeah, we can send in drunk Gary. You can send in drunk ones. It makes no difference. It makes no difference. So you don't have to camera them. We'll just do the sound bites of it. So it's not an issue. So yeah, look, if you know anybody who wants to do one, give them the email address. It's not a problem. Yeah, it's not an issue. Just there you go, sorted.
Just want to say big up to Vincent Bullock. He's here on TikTok watching live. He's decided to watch on TikTok instead of going on the show. Vincent, get yourself onto YouTube.
Well, there's no point in doing it now because we're going.
He can say he can hear your voice. But anyway, Vincent, we'll see you on the next show. And hopefully, if you're going to the Rangers game, Vincent, be safe, because bath time tells me the Rangers fans like to destroy Manchester City. Not the club, the actual city of Manchester, like they did last time in 2008. So big up all the TikTokers in the house tuning into the Man United agenda, showing a lot of love to Bath Time and Mr. B.
Thank you
very
very much.
Us?
Yeah, they can hear you.
Of course they can hear us. See you, TikTokers.
Well, yeah, but he's doing it off his phone, isn't it?
That's all right. Yeah. That's all right. He's a genius. See, he's our technical guru.
There you go.
Yeah. Any early streams tomorrow, Yabba?
Yeah, maybe if there's any news coming out from newspaper.
If not, yeah, but you can just make it up. You can just make it up like you did today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Details are important, Yabba. You've got to cross the T's and dot the I's.
I just tried to get some participation.
No, listen, no, it's good, man. Listen, we're not knocking you.
It was brilliant. Show some love for Yabba doing early shows.
It's like a notch, guys.
There you go, guys. Look, it's like a notch from me.
Like a notch.
Like a notch from me.
All right, yeah, look, like a notch from everybody. We're out.